MashaAllah, we have wonderful guests with us tonight, and we don't want to keep you all waiting too long because this man is the man I'm going to introduce now is somebody that he's no stranger to the valley. Alhamdulillah, he has been here dozens of times, literally, and he is somebody that we all love and respect. And this is a man, Imam Siraj Wahhaj, is somebody back in the day when he used to come to the valley. He used to bring his tapes, his cassette tapes. Young people who are listening to me now, most of you probably haven't even seen a cassette tape, right? But he would bring his cassette tapes with his lectures. His lectures were gold, man. You get your hands on, and then Imam Siraj, when he was done with the program, he would take a box of cassette tapes and he would give it to us, like the youth. And we would go home and listen to, and those things were transformative. Those things changed a lot of our lives. Alhamdulillah, Imam Siraj has had a great influence on many of us in the valley. And we're so happy that he was able to join us here tonight. Imam Siraj is the Imam at Masjid At-Taqwa in New York City. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you good health and good iman all the time. Imam Siraj, Bismillah.
Rahim, Alhamdulillah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, you cannot imagine. It gives me great pleasure tonight to be with you. Sorry I can't be with you in person. Islam Society West Valley, I love you. I love all of you. Missing you. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will keep you safe and keep us safe. And hopefully soon this test will end and we'll be back together again. I just have a few thoughts tonight. Thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as we come near to this end of Ramadan, full of blessings, and my thesis tonight will be, La tamutuna illa wa antum muslimun, don't accept that Muslim. Your deeds shall be judged by last day. Don't tell me how you. Every human being by nature is born submitting to the will of Allah, nature a Muslim. So that ain't the big deal. The big deal isn't how you were born, how you don't die except as a Muslim. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "He who gets behind in a race must forever remain behind or run faster than the man up front." I'm going to give you a couple of examples of completing the race, completing Ramadan, completing any Ibadah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to remember what we do for Him. This is next year, 40th year of Masjid At-Taqwa, the establishment of Masjid At-Taqwa. And that was a great undertaking for us. And we started almost 40 years ago, 25 African-American Muslims. And we started in a brother's apartment, Brother Salim Abdul Sabor. We used to push his furniture to the side in Yom Jum'ah, and we would have Jum'ah in his apartment. And that was some exciting moments until we found our place, Masjid At-Taqwa. And alhamdulillah, we've been in that area, as I said, for almost 40 years. Though we started with 25 African-American Muslims in Masjid At-Taqwa, it has expanded. Now the average Jumu'ah prayer, 1,300 people. The African Americans, maybe 20% of the Jama'ah. So we have people all over that came and alhamdulillah, developed. I just thought about it. I never, I fast every year, alhamdulillah. And I just realized that this year is my 45th year of fasting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 45 years. Are you kidding? Where did the time go? 45 years. And if anybody understand my history, we came from the name of Islam. Allah blessed us in 1975. Imam Warufuddin Muhammad, son of Elijah Muhammad, came and guided us to Islam, to fast in the month of Ramadan, to make salat, as the Prophet says, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli, pray as you see me pray. And I did the calculations, and I have made just some mandatory prayer about, I think, 82,225 prayers. Been around a long time. I've been around a long time. But alhamdulillah, we have grown and developed. I want to congratulate all of you, those of you who fasted. Alhamdulillah, we got one more to go. And you did it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah reward you and kinds of blessings that you will receive that we can't even imagine. As the Prophet, he said, Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma la aisha illa aishul akhirah. Oh Allah, there's no real life except the life of the hereafter. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of some special people. All of you are special. And this month, of course, is very, very special. But I'm going to talk about a few people, some of them Muslims, some of them non-Muslims. One of them, one of the great tabi'in, a man by the name of Ata'a ibn Abi Rabah. He was the Imam of Mecca, Abyssinian. So he was a student of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu. And I just want to make a notation. You know, Hajj, one of the pillars of Islam, is interesting. When the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam told us about, Bunya al-Islam ala khams, Islam is built on 5. And when he came to Hajj, man istata'a ilayhi sabila, whoever have the ability to do it. Hajj, what reward do we get from making Hajj? Al-Hajj mabrur laysa lahu jaza'an ila Jannah. The Prophet said, for an accepted pilgrimage, there's no reward except for Jannah. Couple of examples. I want you to know, and Sheikh Umar Suleiman, one of my most beloved people on this planet Earth, Allah knows it, he knows it. Maybe he can do something that I did. I can't do it for sure. There's no question about it. Do you know how many pilgrimages he performed? How many Hajjs? You're not going to believe it. He performed 70 Hajjs. 70. Suleiman, if you Omar, if you're listening to me, I want you to listen to that. That may be something that you may try to do. How about this? Murabit al-Hajj, Hafidhullah, Rahimullah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him. He died 2 years ago. Great Mauritanian scholar. He wanted to make Hajj. And you know what? He really couldn't afford it. Like we can, get on a plane and fly first class and all of that. Well, he walked from Mauritania to Mecca to perform Hajj for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know how long it took him? It took him 3 years. 3 years to walk from Mauritania to Mecca to perform Hajj. Let me give you one more. I want to talk about a woman. We're talking about people that completed something for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or completed an assignment, completed something that they started. And this woman, Mariani, a woman from Indonesia, last year performed Hajj. And what makes her Hajj so remarkable is that her husband died 40 years ago and left her with 4 children. And she couldn't afford to make pilgrimage. So what she did, for 26 years, she collected what you call junk. Bottles, cans, cardboards, and she redeemed them and got money for them. And after 26 years of collecting junk, she made enough money to make Hajj. She just made Hajj last year. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her. I'm going to give you two more, then I'm going to let you go. I'm talking about people who completed something. You know, when I first started as the Imam of Masjid al-Taqwa, our community couldn't afford an Imam. I worked in a mental health clinic. I was a therapist. And every Saturday, I would take my clients to Brooklyn College. We would have Special Olympics. All of these were special people with special needs. And I'll never forget on Saturday, one of my clients named Yvonne Melendez, I put her in a race. And I'm saying everyone in the place, they stopped and watched Yvonne Melendez as she came to the finish line and she completed the race, and everybody stood up and cheered her. She didn't come in first. She came in last. But what made her so special is that the entire field, she walked. She had cerebral palsy. She was the last one, but she finished. You should have seen her face. Yvonne Melendez, I would never forget her. She finished the race. And finally, I want to tell you about one more man, and then I'm going to conclude with you should want to celebrate whatever ibadah that you do for Allah. Those of you who finish reading the Quran, those of you make Salatul Taraweeh, Witra, Qiyamul Layl, all of that. Everything, those who gave in the month of Ramadan, and you continue to give. And when Ramadan is over, you will continue to give. And when Ramadan is over, you'll continue to pray. When Ramadan is over, you will continue ibadat to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I want to tell you about one last person before I go. One of my favorite masjids is the Islamic Center of Greater Cincinnati with Imam Musa, great Imam, great community. In fact, we did a program for them a couple of nights ago. They raised over $700,000 for all their projects, all the good work they do. I make dua for the Imam, and I make dua for the members of that community. The Imam there told me about a man that he invited to give a talk. His name is Richard Bernstein. And when you get a moment tonight, maybe tomorrow, I want you to look up Richard Bernstein. Richard Bernstein, he gave a talk at that masjid, and after his talk, the Imam gave a talk, and he said he really loved talking. He's a Muslim, and he said, I want to come back to the masjid. So I got the information from the Imam. I want to invite him to my masjid. This man, Richard Bernstein, graduated from the University of Michigan, and he graduated summa cum laude, was a great distinction. So he was a very good student. And after he graduated, he became adjunct professor at the University of Michigan, became a lawyer, and finally he became Supreme Court Justice in the state of Michigan. Supreme Court Justice in the state of Michigan. The thing about him is that he was also athletic. I don't know if you know what a marathon is. Omar Suleiman, you know I'm picking on you tonight. You got to give me at least this marathon, like 26.4 miles, something like that. So this person, he didn't run a marathon. He ran 18 marathons. Can you imagine that? And then one more. The next one I'm going to mention is rather difficult. It's called the Ironman Triathlon. And this is a special race. You begin by swimming something like 2.4 miles. And as soon as you finish swimming those 2.4 miles, you get on a bike and you ride 112 miles. And after you ride that 112 miles, then you run a marathon, 26.4 miles, something like that. Well, he did that. He did it in a really good time. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible that a person can do that? But you know what? I left out one detail about Richard Bernstein. One important detail. Richard Bernstein was born blind. He did all of that. Supreme Court Justice, adjunct professor, lawyer, an athlete. He did all of that while he was blind. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide him to Islam. It's an incredible man, incredible story. So you, my brothers and sisters, I conclude with this. You know, I have to say this. I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean to take this long, but I have to tell you one more thing. One of the most important question that the Prophet ﷺ asked. One day he was on a donkey with Mu'adh ibn Jabal, one of the Sahaba, a young man. They were on a donkey together, and Mu'adh was behind the Prophet ﷺ. He said, "Ya Mu'adh, atadri ma haqqu Allah ala ibadi wa ma haqqu ibadi Allah." Oh Mu'adh, do you know what right Allah has over his slaves and what right the slaves have over Allah? What? Thomas Jefferson said in the Declaration of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. He talks about the rights of human beings. What about Allah's right? What is Allah's right? Inna haqq Allah ala ibadi an ya'buduhu wa la yushriku bihi shay'an. It is Allah's right to be worshipped and no one to be worshipped besides him. To worship Allah. How? Whatever way he says. Salat, mandatory, 5 prayers a day, every day. Not 2, not 1, not when you get ready, 5 prayers a day. Ayyu amal ahabbu ila Allah, as-salatu ala waqtiha. What deed is most loved by Allah? Pray on time. You fasted this whole month of Ramadan. Why you do that? No one can get you to do that except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You fast, and you're not the only ones who fast. Like those who came before you. If you read the Bible, you got to remember, I used to be Christian. If you read the Bible, there are at least 40 references of fasting and the prophets and the people before us. Why you do that? It's ibadah, it's worship. It is Allah's right. Hajj, I mentioned Hajj, Umrah. It's Allah's right. All of this worship is Allah's right. What right do we have over Allah? You mean we have rights over Allah? Yeah. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, our right over Allah, if we do that, we worship him and no one else. It's our right for him, Allah, not to punish us. That's it. All of this, we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and yeah, we fear him. We do. There's no question about it. The Prophet said, peace and blessing be upon him. No one fears Allah and more conscious of Allah than me, than him. So alhamdulillah, I want to again congratulate this wonderful Islamic Society of West Valley. I miss you guys, man. Can't wait to come see you. Inshallah, we make dua that this trial will end and keep on being strong and keep close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah bless you. You know, I think we got one more day. I think unless you sighted the moon, we got one more day to fast tomorrow, and then inshallah enjoy yourself for the Eid, an early Eid Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.